Alex being with LowKick MMA. I'm here with Adrian Yanez, who returns to action October 14th against Jonathan Martinez. Adrian, how are you?
Man, I am great, man. I'm ready to go in there, step on the weight scale and face off. I'm ready to go.
So something kind of fucked me up. I always thought it was Yanez, but then I heard a couple of commentators call you Yanez. So what the fuck is it?
It's actually like everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong. So it's Yañez, you
Yeah.
know. You know how like Izzy was always saying like add this on ya, like that, like pretty much almost the same thing. I have the enya over my n. For the longest time I have let it go on whitewashing my last name, and I am done. I was talking to people about it, and I was like, man, like it's just easy for everybody to say Giannis. And I grew up like with people around me being like, hey, what's up, Giannis? What's up, Giannis? And I'm like, everybody's saying my name wrong, but it's a great, like, I feel like that was a great nickname for me. So that, I let it go. I let it go. So now I'm like, you know what? It has the Enya. I want people to say it correctly. Yanez. Yanez.
Yanez. I like it, bro. I like it. Okay, okay. I think it's been long. I think it's been long enough where people can actually correctly say your last name. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 100%, man. It's just at it yeah, Enya. It's the Enya. Like it's perfect, man. I'm tired of whitewashing it.
Oh man, you're a week out. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm ready just to get like weight cut week over with and like stepping on the scale, like I just saw a lot of fighters like stepping on the scale just from today. So I was like, oh man, they must be feeling amazing right after just getting that first sip of like actual like good drink and all that stuff, the recovery stuff. I'm already dreading it because I already know what type of process it's gonna be. So I'm like, oh man, they're already there. They just wait in. They get to fight tomorrow. So yeah.
How rough are your cuts? Because every time I see you step on the scale, you look like dude, like that.
Yeah.
You look a little rough.
Yeah, it's starting to get rougher, especially the older I get. Like I used to weigh in underweight. Now it's like a little bit rougher to me. Like I don't know if like it's just the age and like me building muscle. Because man, there was a point in time before I got into the UFC where I was walking around like at 43 at times, and I was like, oh man, a cut to 25 might be a possibility. Now I'm like, that pipe dream is long gone for me. So, uh, yeah, no, it's getting rougher, but also at the same time, like I'm as crazy it is, I'm doing it smarter than what I used to, and it sucks, but all weight cuts suck. Like I remember even like I like whenever I was like my last fight that got canceled due to COVID, we had a weight cut. I was like, man, I got 5 extra pounds. It's a catch weight of 140. You know what? This would be cool. It even cutting to 140 sucked. I'm like, fuck this. I was like, fuck this. So like and once I stepped in on the scale at 140, I was just in my head. I was like, man, imagine if I had to do 5 more fucking pounds. God damn, bro. But it gets a little. It's getting a little rough. But hey, it is a part of the game.
Right. I mean, and would you agree that like the weight cuts basically the hardest part of the whole process?
Oh yeah, the fighting is the fun part. I tell everybody that the fighting is the fun part. Weighing in is the part that sucks. Like especially like you wake up that Friday morning and you step on that scale and you just have a couple extra pounds to go and you're just like fuck. Like I had that moment in Miami. I thought I was on weight and I stepped on the check scale and it said 136.6 and I was just like everything like just like my heart just sank to the floor and I'm just like fuck. And people like for the people that don't know that never weight cut it, man, like the even the point five is so draining. So yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. I, obviously, so I wrestled in high school, so I have like a little idea of it, and I remember getting on the scale. I was wrestling at 165, but I weighed in at like 166, and I had already drained my body, and I remember I had to get into a sweatsuit and run around the school parking lot. I was,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I used to be able to float like more pounds off during the night, but now like it's like because I used to be able to like to stop cutting at 39, wake up and to be like 37 or 36.8. Now I go to sleep at 39. I'm waking up at 38.5, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on here, guys? This sucks.
Yeah, that's rough, dude. I saw today is your dad's birthday, man. Uh, it's I guess just obviously it's been several years now, but I guess just like as your fights, as every single fight week comes up, like is it easier? Is it harder? Is it just a kind of a mixed bag?
It is definitely a mixed bag. Especially like I got yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag. Like I was like actually thinking about it on the drive home from training, like because I like I was like about my gym is about 30 to 40 minutes away from my house. So like I get a lot of thinking time. And if I have the Houston traffic on me, it's like about an hour and a half, but I get a lot of like a lot of thinking time. So it's a mixed bag. It's definitely a mixed bag for me because it's something that I wanted to do. It's something that I wanted to do, and my dad was fully supportive, and he was also a part of like the combat sports world, and where he was a boxer and all that stuff. So it gets rough, and I think about it a lot, man. He's still he's still one of my phone screensavers and all that stuff. So like uh it does get hard. What makes it even harder is the fact that uh the two people that help get me here like are not here with me. So that's the part that kind of fucks me up a lot. Like I was thinking about it on the drive home, and I was just like, man, like it's my dad's birthday. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, because my media guy made that for me, and I had no idea he was gonna like what he was doing with it. And then I was like, I saw it today. I was like, fuck, man, that shit sucks. Like in a good way. Like I was like it was like that. I don't know. I don't deal with fucking shit like this very well, but but like I tend to laugh off, like laugh some stuff off about it. But yeah, it was just like, because again, like the last couple fights that my dad was able to be a part of, like, were very special to me. And like, it was like, because I was coming back from like injury after injury at that time, and like coming back and getting wins and getting like good solid wins at the time for me, especially at that time, was like what made it easier. Like my dad was there helping me cut weight. My dad was there, like, keeping a stern eye on me and all that stuff. So it was like, it it sucks not having him there. And even my coach saw, like, because again, like his his death day anniversary was what that long ago. So it's like I had a lot of like emotionally, I was like kind of fucked up for a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm here, and like I'm working with people that like worked with or around them. So I'm good.
Awesome to hear. Thank you for sharing that, man. UFC 287 obviously didn't go your way. I want to know, like, you were on a 9 fight win streak. You're not used to losing. You don't like losing. You're very competitive. So when you got back to the locker room after your fight, like, what were the emotions like? Like, what was going on through your head?
Oh, there was a lot. Like I had nobody else to blame but me. Like I was in the back, just like my my mind immediately was like, I fucked this up. Like I had the shot of a lifetime, and I fucked it up. Like I was on the biggest pay-per-view card at the time, like in Miami, where we haven't been, like the UFC hasn't been in so long, and it doesn't go my way. Like everything was just kind of just piling up on me, and I'm just like beating myself up, and I'm just like, fuck. Like I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like I'm like, I did so good initially, then it just all kind of just went to shit within like a minute, and I'm like, damn it. And and so like where I was at, like I was just pissed off at myself, and I just finally, whenever I got some sort of recollection, like I started watching the fights, and I was like, that first minute was like everything that I was doing in training camp, like, and everything, like every part of like what my game plan was set, and like it was working. And then I heard him, and then everything flew out the window. And that was like just due to what I was doing. And I was like, I heard him, and I went like, I'm gonna get him out of here. I went meathead mode. And like while I'm watching this, like while I like fucking emotional wreck in the back, I'm just like, I'm just fucking just mad. 'Cause I'm just like, I was fucking getting him here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just so mad to the point where I was just like, it got to me fucking again. I fucking cried a little bit and then just fucking, I was like, cause I knew like how big the opportunity was for me. And I was just like, fuck, like I fucked that one up and nobody else fucked it up for me except for me, uh, I had no one else to blame. So it sucked. But I was already in the back breaking down my fights. Like I watched it like over like 9 to 10 times just so I can see what I needed to do better. I was already looking to see what I could do better, and most of it was just kind of just mental because everything that I was doing was working. Everything that was like I did initially worked. I just needed to get my mind right. And if I didn't, because I knew who I had in front of me, and I knew if I steered off the game plan, that would happen to me, and it's exactly what fucking happened. So it hurt, but at the same time, like I was kind of just like, well, it was a good reset button for me, so that it worked. you know they say you lose if you'll never lose if you never take a loss if you learn, but fuck, it still fucking hurts.
Right, right. And yeah, and I know how I want to say like you're a sore loser, but you fucking hate losing.
Yeah. Oh no, I got up and I was just like, it was weird because I heard like the commentary team and all that stuff was like, why is he yelling at his coaches? Like Giannis is yelling at his coaches, and I'm like, no, I'm yelling at myself, motherfuckers. I'm like, I fucked up, and I'm like, I even told the ref, like once the ref broke it up, I was like, hey, it was a good stoppage. Like word for word, I told him, it was like, good stoppage. It's like it was good because he thought I was about to start saying some shit. Keith Peterson was like was looking at me on me, and then I was like, nah, it was a good stoppage. It was good. Like, cause there was nothing I was really doing. Like, I was in clear mind enough to know, like, I got hit with shots, I got dropped, I got hit with shots, and the ref in that particular position, it didn't look like I was coming back. And, you know, like the fighter in me was always gonna be like, oh, I could came back, but again, I'm more of a realist, and I was like, that could have ended way worse. So I was like, fuck it, it is what it is. Live to fight another day. Got up, told Keith Peterson, hey, good shit. Like he was like, where? Like the doctor started asking what they're asking. I was like, yeah, I'm in Miami. Fuck, I'm in fucking Miami. All right. And I start walking around like fucked up. I fucked up. I look at my coaches. My coach thought I was talking to him, and I was like, oh, we're good. We're good. Like I'm pissed. I fucked up. Like, and then I go up to Rob. I was like, good combo, man. That was a great combo, bro. Fuck. I was like, fucking shit. And then his coach comes up to me. I think Tyson came up to me. He was like, yeah, he started telling me stuff. I was like, when I was in that mode, I was like, hey, I understand, but I'm mad right now. Like, I get it, but I'm mad. Even whenever Bruce Buffer was raising, like, in the moments of like raising our, like, not Bruce Buffer, but the ref, I was looking over at Rob. I was like, hey, man, on some real shit, bro. I looked up to you, bro, like, throughout the fights and all that stuff. So I was like, kudos to you, man. You're still in this shit. And I was like, it's because, hey man, it is a fight, but again, like I know I fucked up and I know like how hard I take that shit. So for me, I just needed my moment to just fucking just be like if I had a pillow, I would have been yelling in that motherfucker like, like, yeah.
I mean, it was the first time you had ever been finished in your, so like, did it sting even more, or was it like, I don't know, like, was there any other emotions attached to being finished?
Man, I had like, yeah, it was definitely like being finished to me was like I did like I always knew it was a possibility, and not like I always knew that like people can get knocked out. Uh the thing was is that I was overcompensating. Like I knew I could take a punch. I knew I could take a punch. And, like again, like my first professional loss, man, I broke my jaw in that first round and fought all the way to a decision with a broken jaw. And I'm just like, man, if that motherfucker didn't knock me out, then like who the fuck else will? I got my jaw broken. Like, bro, like no one stop. No one hits that fucking hard, like to put me out. And I knew one day it could happen, but at the same time, it was like it was all kind of set up perfectly too. Like it's the punch that you didn't see coming. I threw wild. It was a wild exchange, and he was able to catch me on the tip of the chin. So there's like a lot of things that worked in his favor at that time. And hey, fucking Font hits fucking hard too. A lot of like he just hasn't had the chance to land a good shot on a lot of people, So, uh, like, and especially when you're fighting at that high of a level, man, like getting finishes is gonna get harder and harder to do. And the fact that he was able to find it, I was like, fuck.
Right, right. Why have you not fought since April? Was it kind of your choice? Was it the matchmaker's choice? Like, also, how bummed were you that you weren't on Noche UFC?
Man, I was super bummed. Like I was like trying to get a fight like ASAP. Like I followed all the right protocols from the doctors and all that stuff. I got cleared by them. They're like, "Hey man, like for someone for someone who got did like that, you came back pretty quickly. Like everything's working fine. Like there's nothing wrong with you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's great to hear." Uh so once I got cleared, I started hitting up my managers and everybody, like just trying. I want to fight. I want to fight as soon as possible. Like I was even to the point where I was throwing my name in for like every single time like a fighter fell out, like the big fights, man. I was like, fuck. I was like, hey, like put me in. And pretty much like the only fight that came close to being done was me and Corey. And that was it just happened that Font ended up having Song Yadong versus Rob Font, like Song got injured. Only reason why that made that one work, but I was like a really close second. They were just trying to figure out what they were gonna do. So I was like, yeah, I was trying to get back in there like as soon as possible. I was trying to get back there in August, September. Fighting in October, like was a stretch for me, but I wanted to fight like as soon as I could. Like I was like once I got in the gym, I never left the gym. So I was like consistently like training. Whenever I went to International Fight Week, like I saw a lot of fighters not training, and I'm sitting there getting doing strength and conditioning. I'm over there like working, making sure that I'm like getting better and also staying in shape. So for me, like I've been on that. Like I need to fight. Like I'm going to fight. Like I don't want to fight soon, and it just sucks that it waited all the way to October. So because if it was like it's September, I'd like my chances better being able to fight in UFC Austin. So that would be cool. But hey, it is what it is. I got a dangerous fighter in front of me, so I don't know if I'll be able to make that UFC Austin. I know even in a win, I'm gonna come out with some pretty nicks and bruises. So that's gonna suck.
At least your caps are going to be very, very sore,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're going back to the Apex, find Jonathan Martinez, who's super underrated, man. I guess when they brought you that name, like, were you excited about it?
I'm not even gonna be I'm gonna be 100% honest, man. Like I was not excited just because of the fact that like I met him at International Fight Week, and it was like he was such a cool guy. Like again, he showed me pictures and videos of his kids. I showed him a picture and video of my kid. Like it was just kind of like, man, you're like a really cool guy. Like that guy. Like fuck, I like that guy. I want to talk to him a lot more. And next, like a month later, they're like, hey, Jonathan Martinez, October 14th, and I'm just like, well, what the fuck? I was like, well, what the fuck? I'd like this guy, and like I'm just like. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like kind of upset because I was trying to get an earlier fight too. So I was like, there's also that. Like I was like trying to fight in September, and I was like, look, I'm here, I'm ready. Just get me. Like I want to go, because like they're saying Jonathan. It was Jonathan Martinez, October 14th. I was like, is there any way we can get this like pushed earlier? I was like,
The
can we do September?
Noche?
I was like, can we do September 16th? And there was just a lot of pushback. And I was like, fuck. I was like, what about September 23rd? And it was looking like it was going to be a go, but then it turned up not being able to. So like we had to go back to the original date of October 14th. And I was just like, man, I don't want to wait this long. But like now for me, now that I'm right here, I'm just like, yeah, I'm fucking ready, excited to go, just a week away.
Yeah, no, man, you versus Jonathan on Noche UFC would have been fantastic, dude. Like it would have
Oh
been it's
yeah. Oh
perfect.
yeah, yeah. It's like, man, you got two gritty Mexican fighters that want to go at it. So I felt like that would have been perfect. But it is what it is. It's still gonna be a fun night, October 14th. So but just know, like next time they want to do that again, like put me on.
For sure, for sure. I guess just the matchup itself. How do you like it? Both you guys are two fun strikers. Like, do you think it's gonna be like all your other fights, where it's just gonna be kind of a banger?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. There's like the way me and Jonathan fight, like it's just inevitable for us to duke it out. So like I'm expecting it. Like I'm training to stay within my game plan, but again, like meathead mode is still actively there. But no, I plan on being super technical during this fight. Uh, but I know even like with us being technical, it's still gonna be a fucking fun fight either way, man. Like that guy kicks hard, he punches hard, I hit hard, and it's gonna be a fucking fun night. And I'm what I'm really hoping for is a 3-round war where I come out the winner and we just get 50 G's on top of that. So I don't feel bad about like him losing, you know? So I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing is like in your loss, it snapped your performance and fight of the night like streak, right? So that's annoying. Like that was one of like the cool little streaks I would always point out before your fights. Like, you know, it's, you know,
Yeah.
fucking Adrian's the only one right now with the. But I'm like, ah, well, now
Nah,
that
now it's gone. It's gone. Fuck. It's a. I'm just like, damn. You know what really sucked is I was so used to getting 3 checks that the fact that I only got one, my last one, really pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck, guys? I was like,
absolutely.
you couldn't give us a fight of the night banger like for the 3 minutes that it was. I was like, you can tell a lot of these guys that 3 minutes is a long time, and they'll be like, "You're fucking right, it is."
Right, absolutely, dude. One last thing about that fight. Obviously, you know, you're a fan favorite, but did you have the toxic fans coming after you?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, there was a lot of toxic fans coming at, but again, it was like 95. Like I say it all the time, 95% of it was like super positive, super behind me. 5% was like trash, you know. So it's like. Like it sucks. It sucks. Not gonna lie, it does suck. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is because it's a part of the sport. It's a part of what we do. That's a big reason why I got a media guy with like that does all my media stuff with me. So like he takes control of that. I really don't see too much. If I'm on any of the social medias, man, I'm just looking for the funny shit. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for like every once in a while I'll catch a troll on there every once in a while, but there's a couple of times where I went back and forth with the troll to the point where he was like, you know what? I really hope you do well in your endeavor. Like, I really hope. Like, he was talking mad shit, and I'm just like, I'm talking shit back. I think he was a personal trainer, and I was talking shit to him. I was like, bro, you need to give all their money back, bro. Like, you fucking suck. Like, yeah. So, uh, I am a little bit petty like that, but at the same time, man, I knew I had to calm down because even then, my media guy calls me. He's like, "Hey, bro, it's like this is why you hired me, not to see this shit." And I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't let this guy slide. I was like, "You see his form, it's shit. Like, and he's the personal trainer. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You can't be talking shit about me just because I got starched. I got starched in April, man. This guy's got starched in life."
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I feel like I started to kind of like just stop replying to these fucking people, but sometimes there's that one person that I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
you're
you gotta, yeah, like it's like when Dana White, the whole like he's like, I know there's a lot of streamers out there, but we get that one motherfucker, we get that one motherfucker, it makes it all worth it, you know. So I get it, like I feel the complete same, as long as you get one guy, that makes it so much easier, that makes it so much better too, man. Like you're like, it's so satisfying.
absolutely, absolutely. All right, dude. Well, at the end of the day, next week in October 14th, how do you get your hand raised?
Man, it's gonna be nice, clean, technical, and tactical. Adrian Yanez getting the finish. That's what I want to finish. I want to finish, but I'm not actively looking for it. So, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I plan on getting my hand raised and doing it very clean. Doing it very, very clean.
Last couple of things. Obviously, I don't know why this fight's not the co-main. What the hell? What the hell?
Man, man, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not, if I'm being honest with you, I've kind of kept away from like the fight card, like looking at the fight card or anything like that. So I've just been like, just just going, and I kind of saw a couple people saying that like it's like the featured bout or the like first for a moment in time it was the co-main and then the featured bout, but it is what it is, man. I'm here as long as I get to be on ESPN, ESPN Plus and like fight in front of like millions of people, that to me is satisfying enough, so and also too, the best part about it is I get to watch Sadiq Youssef versus Edson Barbosa. So that to me is going to be great. I might even get out enough in time where I can watch the Dylan Dennis versus Logan Paul fight. So that I get to watch that because I'm surely invested in watching that fight, not for the skill, but for the shit talking that's been going on. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Our guy Cam Smotherman took the L. Man, what I can say, as I said, like what happened, what were your feelings on it? I don't know, just like kind of talking
yeah.
about it.
No, I'm not even gonna lie about that one. That one hurt. That one hurt like my soul, man. That was like right after that, like I know he was hurting. My coach Eves was hurting. Where it, like, man, like it definitely was like sticking. Like it like someone stuck a knife in my chest. I'm like, bro, like I seen all the hard work this guy does. He's one of the rare few fighters who would be after like again fights on Fury on Sunday. That Monday morning, he's on the treadmill running. So it's like I don't see many guys doing that. Like usually like fighters fight on a Saturday. They don't do shit Sunday. But this motherfucker fights on a Sunday, comes back to the gym on a Monday, and is still helping out guys in the gym. So it's like I don't know, just seeing all the hard work he puts in. He's gifted, man. Again, he's like one of my hardest like one of my hardest sparring sessions, like my hardest training partner, him and Roth and all that stuff, so it's like good, solid work. And like we know how good this guy is, and just to get kind of clipped like that, from where I was sitting at, like it looked like a good stoppage until I saw the other side, and I you can still kind of say it's a good stoppage, but if you watch a lot of Cam's fights, like man, if you watch his fight with Dylan King, man, like that fight 100% should have been stopped. But the fact that the ref was pretty much like if he dies, he dies, and just didn't care, uh with not that much like that much on the line, he just like Cam was able to fight out of it and get a spectacular knockout in that fight, So it's like a part of me is like I kind of wish they would have let it go on just to see a little bit more, but yeah, no, it sucked. It sucked watching that because I know how much that guy puts in the work, And right now I believe he has a fight for Fury November 12th. I think the UFC fights on November 11th, so he'll be fighting November 12th. I think against Mondo Gutierrez, I think, from what I believe. So that should be a fun one right there itself. So yeah, that guy immediately he didn't like here's also the difference with Cam. Like Cam didn't take no easy fight coming up. Like
Right.
first loss, like yeah, he took a heavy loss in the Contender Series. Jumped like he's out, and his first fight back is Mondo Gutierrez. Like that tells you all you need to know. Like he does not care who he fights. He wants to go out there and fit. Like he's trying to make a statement. So, like after this fight, this is why I'm hoping for a clean technical fight where I like do all the damage and take none. For I can go back and help my training partner. That's my biggest thing right now. I gotta get in there and get out, help my training partner for his fight. So because he's done the same for me. So that's what I gotta do.
Yeah, I can't lie. When he lost, I was heartbroken. Like it kind of fucked up my entire night. Do you think his future is at flyweight?
I used to say that. I used to say that until like right after, like right now I asked like we're like weighing in next to each other and I'm lighter than him. And I'm just like, I used to be 100% like, nah, man, I think you should go down to flyweight. But like that, I stayed on him for about 3 weeks until like he started, like he came around and he's like, I'm like, bro, like he's like, bro, I'm eating normal. Like I'm not depressed eating. I'm not doing this. I'm like this is me. I'm like, because he made weight so easy at 35. I'm just like, bro, you just I'm telling you, 2 weeks of like just straight clean eating, and you can make 25. And you know, I don't know if I definitely don't think, because he even talked to Eric Garcia, who's the Fury guy that pretty much who runs Fury. He goes up to him. Garcia is like trying to get him to go down to 25. And he was like, well, how much do you weigh right now? He's like 160. And I'm like, oh yeah, he ain't fucking making 125. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for even asking. So I'm just like, hey, bro, like I tried. This guy genuinely has gotten bigger. And also too, like he's getting to the age where his weight is starting to solidify. If he was a little bit younger, like I'll say like about 2 or 3 years younger, like I think flyweight would have been the go-to move. But right now his body's just solidifying, and I think it would kind of like ruin, how can I say, like, because you've seen fighters go from like a heavier weight to a lighter weight, and then their chin is not the same. Like there's something different about them. Like I was talking to Cub Swanson whenever he dropped down to 35 and he came back up, and he's like, bro, like I just dieted way too hard. My body couldn't take it. Like he's just like, one kick just fucked me up. And I was like, oh shit, really? He's like, yeah. It's like, it's like cutting weight can like just not only just be like, can be good, but also can be bad for your body as well too. I was like, so he couldn't take the damage. He couldn't take the damage how he would if he just stayed at his weight. So, there's that as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, makes sense. It makes sense. I was kind of like, I was thinking, I was like, I think that might be it. And then like I was really thinking about it. I was just talking to Lance, I was talking to Eric, I was talking to Rich, and they're like, yeah, he's getting older, he's getting bigger. It's just not. And
Yeah.
bantamweights going to flyweights, there aren't a whole lot of, it's not a big success rate.
Yeah, it's like we can look at like because he has a sort of similar build to Cody Garbrandt, except he has way bigger arms. Like, so it's kind of like I wouldn't want to put that stress on him, because after he told me how much he weighed, I was like, yeah, that's like there's points in times where he's in camp where him and Paris Moran, who fights at 125, like they're weighing close to the same, but Cam is like, this is where I feel good at this. I walk like whenever I walk into the cage, like even if he cut from a heavier amount, he's usually walking around at a certain weight. So he's like, I just rather just train at the weight that I like walk into the cage at. So I know how it feels. Like, hey, you're smart. I like it. So,
Gotcha. Awesome. Adrian, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. Always love chatting with you, dude. If you want to plug your social media, you want to plug any sponsors, you want to thank anybody, you want to plug your YouTube, OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
It's
All that, man. All that and plus follow my YouTube, man. We're gonna be doing like since there's no embedded this time. We're gonna be doing our own version of embedded, so that should be fun. Yeah. And Instagram, OnlyFans, jump on there. I got some exclusive technique, guys. But yeah, it's free, guys. You don't have to pay for shit, so yeah, jump on, follow, guys. But again, thank you for the platform, man. Thank you. It's always a pleasure over here.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.